I'm going to introduce you to a new framework today. It's called the Whole View Framework. The Whole View Framework was designed by Patrick Whitney, the former dean of the Institute of Design. And it asks us to look at innovation from 4 different lenses. The first lens is the who lens. Who desires this innovation? Who are you making this product or service for? The second lens is the how lens. This is the feasibility lens. How are you going to make it? Do you have the requisite scientific knowledge? Do you have the requisite engineering knowledge, the technologies to make it, the materials, the services, the people? The third lens is what we call the why lens. This is the viability lens. This asks, who are the different stakeholders that derive value out of this? Who is providing the money for your service? Who's going to pay for this? It's when you bring these 3 lenses together that you get the 4th lens, which is the what lens. What is your offering? It's when these 4 lenses come together that you have great innovation. Now, let me explain this from the perspective of an example. When Phil Knight came back to Nike, he asked one very simple question. What are we in the business of? Now, if I asked you that question, you would say Nike is in the business of making shoes. You would be right, except people don't buy shoes. People buy running experiences, they buy fashion statements, and they buy brand experiences. Phil Knight recognized this, and he started to think about how he can make Nike bigger and better. And so what he did is, he said, we are no longer in the business of making shoes. Instead, we are in the business of empowering athletes. Now, this is a radical transformation. What Nike did at that time is they changed their mission statement from crush Adidas to empower new athletes. And Phil Knight started to hire people from outside the footwear business, the footwear industry. Retail strategy changed because when you sell apparel and technology, that's not the same way as you sell shoes. He built relationships with technology companies, and that's how Nike Plus was born. And you know what happened? Nike increased its revenue from $14 billion to $32 billion because Nike was no longer in the business of selling shoes. This is how you think about the whole view framework. Who is it for? How is it made? Why will you derive value? And finally, what is your offering? What will you use the whole view framework for?